Hello, Patriot fans. Welcome to another episode of the Brett Jodie Show. I'm your host, Justin Antweil, and joining me is the star of the show, Brett Jodie. Well, Brett, a week left in the regular season. You guys make a huge splash. You bring back the reigning Atlantic League MVP, Jake Fox. How'd you lure Foxy back to Somerset?
Well, it took a lot of things to work together to make that happen. Obviously, a lot of credit goes to Jake Fox and his family to allow it. The Phillies to give him his release and allow him to come back, which they have interest in him for next year also, which they should. But an outstanding player, really as good of a player at this time that we could add. And I felt like we needed something else just for the lineup. And we've been playing pretty good baseball, but it never hurts to bring back the reigning MVP and just a presence in the lineup and a leader in the locker room also. So I think everybody's excited to have him. And it's like I said, it took a lot of things moving in the right direction to make it happen. But we want to thank him for coming back.
You also retool your pitching staff, adding Josh Lowry, the reigning ERA leader in the league, Roy Merritt, who has playoff experience, and Salvador Sanchez from the Can-Am League. What can these three arms mean to the league and team?
Well, Josh is huge. Obviously, we lost Josh and Roy right in spring training right away, so we were planning on those guys being pretty big pillars for our rotation starting out the season. To add Josh back to the rotation is huge. It's kind of an arm we didn't have. It's a power right-handed arm, so it's going to be somebody we definitely slide into the rotation in the playoffs. Roy Merritt, I remember probably about 3 days before we signed him back, I was talking to Hunton and I think Corey Dommel, and I said, man, we're Roy Merritt away from really being good, another left-handed arm. And we've been fortunate enough to get him back too. So and he was able to go over to Taiwan, have a great year over there, and make some good money, and then come back and help us win a championship here. So happy to have those guys back. And then Salvador Sanchez, we've been able to see him just at a limited basis so far, but did a lot of research on him. We looked at a lot of players from other leagues and really liked his numbers from affiliated ball. Not much experience. He was a converted outfielder, I believe, but really has a good power arm. He reminds me a little bit of Carlos Fisher. Which you can't replace the Carlos Fisher, but if you can get somebody kind of like him, a guy that can get you out of a jam and put up another zero for you in the 7th or 8th inning, that's a big arm to have, and that's something he's going to do for us.
This year was the first ever Turnpike Cup, and Somerset defeated their Garden State foe, Camden, in the season series 16-4. What does it mean to hoist that hardware?
Well, it's always better than the alternative, man. I'll put it that way. It means we were more successful against them than they were against us. I know we've kind of rumored, I guess, a Turnpike, Cup or Turnpike Series for years, but to actually have the hardware now in place is pretty cool. It was a great design. It's a pretty cool trophy. We presented that trophy yesterday, and it definitely means a lot. I mean, it's an in-state rival. Hopefully we can get even more of a rivalry as we go throughout the years, but something we're very proud of. Had a great record against them this year, and hopefully we can continue to do that.
Somerset won the first half Liberty Division title, but you almost more impressed the fact that Somerset was able to repeat and win the second half Liberty Division title, considering the fact how decimated this team has been with injuries?
It has, and a lot of people say that. Everybody says we've been injured or banged up, but it's legitimate. I mean, it's been bad. We've had to, with 5 catchers in 4 games in the one series against York, who is, is a very good team. It's been a rough second half. It really has. It's hard to compare the two because we set a record by winning 47 games in the first half, so I don't want to say one's better than the other, but I'm almost more proud, I guess, of the team in the second half because it took so many people to step up and maybe push themselves to a limit they didn't think they could go to. So very proud of winning both halves, obviously, and to find the motivation to win the second half when there's really no reason to do it or whatever, but it's a lot of pride in that locker room and guys that want to win each and every day, and that's what you got to have. And also it shows how good our team is together and all the pieces together because you need all those guys to have a positive outcome most of the time. At the beginning of the year, the first half, we had a very good lineup, good pitching rotation, started to lose all those guys, and it shows how deep we are and how much those guys stepped up in the second half.
Lastly, with the postseason looming, the Somerset Patriots will be playing the Lancaster Barnstormers in round 1. How does the Patriots stack up against the Barnstormers?
Well, I'll tell you what, we've seen them recently here in the last couple of weeks, I think. They're playing really good baseball right now. They have a very complete lineup. Very impressed with how they handle themselves at the plate. Tough outs with getting Galen back, Omo Rosario from Mexico. A lot of the guys are swinging the bat well. They have a surefire #1 starter in Swindon. And a great bullpen. They've been able to add some good bullpen arms and stuff like that. So it's a very complete team. But that's something I've been noticing. Southern Maryland, even though they're not going to be in the playoffs, has a very complete team right now. We just finished playing them. York's a good team. Long Island is a good team, but they're not going to make the playoffs. So it's a very complete league and a good league. Even Bridgeport right now is playing good baseball. So it doesn't matter who you play. It's going to be a dogfight. We're looking forward to that. It's kind of been that way all year. We haven't been winning games 10-1 all year. We've been winning games. Our closer has almost 50 saves. So we've been winning some tight ball games, and we expect nothing different in the playoffs coming up. So I think we stack up well. I like our team too. I definitely respect the teams we're playing, and it's going to be a tough battle.
Brett, best of luck as the Somerset Patriots try and win their 6th Atlantic League championship in franchise history. For Brett Jodie, I'm Justin Antweil saying thanks so much for watching The Brett Jodie Show right here on ESPN.TV.
Winning. Extreme winning. Winning. Extreme winning. Play the New Jersey Lottery X Games and multiply your cash prize 5, 10, 20, even 50 times with a top prize of $1 million. Now that's extreme winning. Get your tickets today and give your dreams a chance.